going up and down, showing where there's separation between the ribs and so forth.
You can see how large they are compared to the hat there at the bottom of the picture.
Yes, right. And then again, here's another photo of the rib timbers. You see the vertical fissures.
Now the size of these rib timbers compared to, you know, we look at, okay, well, we had what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say some very simple tools to build this thing. We would assume 6,000 years ago. Would that suggest that the people were a lot stronger somehow?
They were stronger, yes, but then they also had metal tools. Now, National Geographic had a program a while back on Noah's Ark, and they showed them trying to make some boards for Noah's Ark, and these men in their video had wooden tools trying to make wooden boards for Noah's Ark. That's kind of hard. But we're told in Genesis 4 that Tubal-Cain was an instructor of metal workers in brass and iron.
Yeah, 422, I think. Yeah.
Yes. So before the flood, they were schooled or knew full well how to work metal, how to create metal. So we should expect they had metal tools. We should expect metal to be on Noah's Ark, and it was.
And the people were larger than us?
Yes, and we'll find out more about that.
All right.
Yeah. Now here's a port side. We can see the bow or front of the Ark in the distance on the right side at the top of the photo. And then on the left, we see the port side where it's dropping down. It's in worse condition than the starboard side.
It is more exposed, though, than the starboard side,
Yes,
is it not?
it is, yes. Now, this is the metal rivet, as it's called, that was found in 1990 when Ron had a tour group out there, and this is what they found. You have a center rod with a washer around it.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, and then the center rod, when it was hot, it would be struck, and it would clench or seize that round washer onto the rod. And this would be used where there are rib timbers coming together, where the timbers are joined together. They would then put the rods through there, and then these washers, or as Mr. Wyatt called these, rivets, giant rivets, holding it together. So
that's not unlike the, if you've ever been to Charleston, South Carolina, they have buildings with rods going right through them because of concerns of earthquake.
Okay.
And they're still there to this day. Put there many years ago, but it's the same thing. It's a rod going through the building, and there's plates on either side, and the rod goes through the plates.
That's just like Noah's Ark here, yes. So it's 3.5 inches in diameter, and Mr. Wyatt had this tested at Gob.Túrco Labs. Now, when I was there in 2000, I found 2 of these on the side of the Ark, and I also had mine tested. My tests and Ron's tests both agreed.
Wow.
Now, I had 2 testings done, and Ron had 1, and all 3 of the tests showed that there was the same percentage of aluminum metal and same percentage of titanium metal. Now, this particular piece I gave back to the visitor center there in Turkey. This is the remains of a washer. It has a crescent shape to it, but it's part of a round washer. Now, the right side of the artifact there is the part of the washer. Now, here is the end of a metal rod that I saw on the side of the Ark. At the round center object there in the center of the photo is the round end of a rod. And I had it tested, and this is the 3rd test that's been done as far as I know. Again, it's the same percentages, the same aluminum metal, the same titanium metal, and we have it in the display case here that shows...
you have a shot there of it on the screen of what we're seeing here on stage.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's got the aluminum metal and the titanium metal, 8% aluminum, 1.3% titanium metal.